welcome to the 2022 Mercedes GLE 350e. This is my loaner vehicle for the next week or so because my car is in the dealership, but that's another video in itself. I want to tell you today my honest opinions after 1000 kilometers with this car, and also why I feel like a Mercedes SUV makes a lot more sense than a Porsche SUV. So let me start off by telling you that this has the 2-liter gas engine, which is assisted by an electric engine with a 31.2 kilowatt hour battery, which charges at a rate of 7.2 kilowatt hour. This will get you around 70 to 80 kilometers in electric mode, and the gas tank is 65 liters, which will set you up for the next more or less 600 kilometers of driving distance. First point is that this car is huge. It's a yacht on wheels, and you don't drive it, you waft on the road. This particular vehicle is pretty well equipped. It has the AMG exterior and also some AMG package inside. This is a black on black spec, which means that it has a black exterior and also a black interior, which suits this car fantastically. When you drive this car, you feel like a businessman. You almost feel like you have
police reported ahead
things to do, not really enjoy the particular drive, because this car is very slow on acceleration compared to the car I've been normally driving, and it behaves really poorly in corners at speed. And I want to continue that with my statement that a Mercedes SUV makes a lot more sense than a Porsche SUV, because when I drive a Porsche Cayenne, in my mind I feel like this is a sporty SUV. The Cayenne is a sporty SUV, and when I try to drive it sporty, I stumble across heavy weight, high on top, and also poor stability because of the tires and wheels. Also the high position of driving. When you drive that high, you feel like a bus driver. You feel like you have to get from point A to point B. But this car won't push your heart to drive it fast. This is the best example on why Porsche Cayennes are just very good marketing, but not very good in luxury, because an SUV, in my opinion, has to be a luxury yacht, which this car exactly is. The seats, in my opinion, are a bit more comfortable than the Porsche seats, and also this has the ventilated and also heated seats, and I think heated steering wheel too. And it has a lot of intelligent features, not just the Mercedes Me or anything. Let me give an example. When I reached a stoplight, I wasn't able to see the actual stoplight because of the mirror right here, and the car knew that, and it started the front camera for me in order to see the light. Another thing is, when I lifted the rear trunk, I wanted to get something out of it, and I forgot to close it. It closed it for me, which this is a luxury feeling in itself. Also, the visibility is great because of the arch lines at the rear wheels. You are able to see the end of the car very good, and it's fairly easy to maneuver and park, and also it has the 360 cameras as well, which obviously helps in parking situations. Apple CarPlay is only by wire, it's not available wirelessly. It's not such a big deal because when you connect the phone, it also charges, and it's pretty convenient for me. In the Porsche, I also connect the phone, but I connect it from the rear charging ports because I don't want to have wires sitting in the front area. It is able to drive on electric mode for the 70 kilometers at whatever speed you desire, and I think that the range is just right. 70 to 80 kilometers of electric range is more and plenty for your basic needs, and it also charges up fairly quickly. It's not fast by any means, but it will get you from point A to point B in electric mode, no problem. The thing that I don't like is how they advertise hybrid cars. They combine electric and gas consumption and gives you a very low number, which is not true. When this engine starts, it usually consumes from 10 to 14 liters per 100 kilometers, which is a lot, and it's understandable because the car is almost 2.7 tons. So this car is a heavy yacht. The car is definitely a good contender for my second car when I will need a second car, and I will much prefer a Mercedes rather than a Porsche. The Porsche wants you to think that they have a sporty feeling, but in the Cayenne that's definitely not the case, at least with the lower specs like a 2.9 or 3 liter basic Cayenne. I don't know the GTS or the turbo, how those feel, but this one in this more basic configuration is more for a family trip in all comfort, in all the lights, because at night this car really shines. It has a fantastic ambient light technology, and also the Mercedes voice recognition lets you change the color however you like. 5 things I like about the car. First one, the looks. This black on black is definitely the right choice. If I'm being honest, I will spec the white interior because it looks more luxurious, but the exterior with the black surroundings around the glass and this metallic paint really makes this car shine, and also those wheels are just the perfect spec in my opinion. Second is the 360 camera, and also the intelligent features like, as I've told you, the self-closing trunk and all that stuff. Third thing is the electric range. I feel like 70 kilometers is plenty for every single need. Fourth is the interior space. It is very spacious out here. Last thing is the suspension. It feels very good on straight road driving. It basically floats on the tarmac. In my country, the roads are in pretty bad shape, and I almost don't feel the road. Even though it has a big diameter wheel, it still manages to drive pretty smoothly out here. 5 things I don't like about this car. First one, and the most annoying, is the Apple CarPlay. It's not the fact that it's wired, it's the fact that it's not properly dialed in. Because when I get a notification, the sound system does not know what level it is, and it shows up my notification and it gives a sound, but after that notification is over, it starts the music at a higher level than it was originally set up. This scared me a lot at first because I had no idea what was happening. Second thing is the performance. Yes, this is not a sporty car by any means, but this is pretty slow. I have to prepare in advance to achieve any overtake whatsoever. That was pretty slow. Another thing that bugs me, and this is the last one I promise, is why you let the battery drain to 0 kilometers and let it sit at 0 kilometers, because I haven't found any way to charge the battery while driving, and I think the BMW 530e I drove last year did charge when driving, and this is a big no-no for this car. But I might be wrong, I might do something wrong here, because I feel like it's such an easy thing to do and it shouldn't be optional.